Hi there, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, wherever you're joining me from. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a wonderful day. For me, it's an awesome day. For me, it's a great day. It is going on really well. I've had a wonderful time. Today, we've done some sessions, some powerful sessions on the power of self-love, and it's been really wonderful and highly transformational. And I just thought I would stop by. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. I just thought I would stop by to say hi to you all and just find out how you're doing, how your day is going. I hope your day is fantastic as well. Well done. Well, for those who don't know me, I know I've not been so often live this year as I was last year. I've been really busy live on ground in real time, but I will be back again because I've just realized there are some things, I need to come live. I need to come and inspire people. I am that kind of individual when there is something to talk, when I see a problem, I want to bring about the solution. And if there's one thing God has given me, is the power of my voice. It's that ability to inspire, to transform, to speak from the heart. So it's so rare when I see problems, when I see things happening, to be quiet. So I might as well be coming on live quite often again this time. Well, I hope you're fine. I hope we're going to have a wonderful time. Great. I just want to give this message to all the amazing parents out there. We know what a society we are building. Actually, it's well known that families are the building blocks of communities. Whether we acknowledge it, whether we are aware of this or not, we perish for lack of knowledge. Ignorance is deadly. Ignorance is costly and devastating. When we become aware that families are the building blocks of communities, we treat our families differently. We take care of our families differently. We value our families more than we value our work and other things. We prioritize our families because we know that if our families are solid, grounded, rooted, and solid, then we contribute in bringing, a solid community, or in building a solid community and eventually society. But unfortunately, our world is not what we see today. It's not a solid world. It's not, it's so shaken. There are so many problems going on in our world right now. Thank you all for joining me. The government is spending a lot of money trying to work on mental illnesses, trying to work on peace, trying to work on hate crimes. These things are not something we really work on or change. They come from within the human heart. Until we change the individuals, until we change the people, then we can talk of changing our world. We cannot change something that is spiritual from the external. We can never bring love in our world from the external. There is no love out there. There is no love. Fighting against hatred at the same time will never guarantee bringing love. It's like fighting against darkness. Darkness is the absence of light. Fighting against darkness will never guarantee bringing light. Hatred is the absence of love. We should actually learn how to love ourselves. But the truth is, because the government cannot teach us how to love, because the government is full of people, and someone who doesn't even love themselves, how can they teach you how to love themselves? How can they give what they don't have? Someone whose own mental state is not okay, how can they help you who has a problem? Someone who is so at unrest with themselves, how can they even talk of bringing peace? What a world of hypocrisy we are building. What is the society? And it reflects in the society, especially in the Western world. So what are we doing? Are we trying to build a world from external? Not even the homes, not even man-made things are built from the external. You can never build a home from the zinc, from the roof. You have to start from the foundation, and no one sees the foundation once it is established. A solid foundation determines a solid home. It's exactly the same thing. You cannot talk of building a society from the external. The government has no place. Someone who doesn't belong to my family, to my core, to my deep-rooted values cannot influence my life. Someone out there cannot teach me. You don't teach people how to have peace. All the treaties we've seen in the world, why is there still war in our world today? Why is there still so much hatred in our world today if they work? Because it starts from within us. It starts from the family unit, from individuals. When we populate this world with other individuals, children, as parents, we have a great role to play in building our society. We cannot afford to actually prioritize our work, social media, and other things, and ignore our family. It is not possible. We must spend time, and that's what is happening. The society is coming to corrupt us. We spend hours on gadgets. I've watched children, young children, they go to gatherings, they've not seen their friends like for months, and immediately they want gadgets. They want to play on their phones. They want to play on computer games. Oh, come on. What's happening? What's happening in our world today? What's happening? When we fail to place so much value and emphasis in the true things of life, these are the consequences. These are the results. The true meaning of life is actually from within us. The true love, peace, harmony must be felt within us. Then you can pass that on and bring a child who is actually full of love, who is at peace, who is at unrest, at rest with themselves. And then they can impact the family, they can impact the society, and they will bring their own children up in the same way. And then there is the cycle. We bring up a great generation full of love, full of peace, full of harmony, which can then build a great community and society. Parents, it's our responsibility. It's our responsibility. We must focus. I'm going to change we must focus on our family. If you value your family, then you must spend time with your family. If you value your community, you cannot create your community from the external. My beloved friends out there, if you're a parent, if you're a mother, it is not just something that happens by accident. It is a lifetime commitment. It becomes a lifestyle. It becomes a vocation till death do you part. We hear about death doing us part in marriage, but that's not even true. It's more to do with families. People divorce. Of course, in a society like this today, when we have so much problems within us, we cannot be, in communion with another person. We cannot be in marriages. We cannot stay in relationships. What can I offer to a relationship when I'm at so much war within myself? When I dislike myself, I don't want to use the word HAT. It's so powerfully negative and destructive. When you dislike yourself so much, how can you love someone in a relationship? When you hate your own self, self-harm is high, especially in the Western world. The amount of suicide being committed, it is ridiculous. It is alarming. Every 20 seconds someone is committing suicide. At the moment, it's every 40 seconds actually. But it is estimated that in 2020, it will be every 20 seconds. So it means that the government is not even doing anything, right? Because if with all technology, with the advancement, with the development, we call it a developed country in the Western world, we are not doing anything to reduce the suicidal rate. We are predicting it's even going to be worse. This is because the government, the community, the society has no role in stopping suicide. Someone hurts themselves because they dislike themselves. They cannot stand themselves. They don't love themselves. How can you stop that? You don't live with that person. I live with myself 24/7, and the government cannot be with me 24/7. So if all the thoughts I have about myself is evil, is thoughts of hate, thoughts to harm myself, no one can help me. No one can rescue me from my own self, from the mental prison that I've built for myself. I need to rescue myself. Parents, you need to rescue yourself and then rescue your children. It's such a challenging time. Children are losing value. We're growing up in times where we had so much value. We had so much respect. But nowadays, what's happening? And of course, because the parents too have lost touch. The parents are so busy in a 9-to-5 job. They are not even wealthy because they live by paycheck. But the work accumulate, their lifestyles have not changed. Then they ignore their children. They leave their children, the very ones they are supposed to nurture and take care of. And then they bring up another child into the world who does not know who he or she is, does not know their identity. And the government thinks by me telling them whatever they identify themselves with, me accepting, me loving them as that person will change how they feel about themselves. No, it wouldn't. The reason I'm doing this, last night I was so touched. I was so furious, When someone sends something to me, a video about new laws being passed in the States and also in the UK, Scotland. Scotland has already passed the law of children as young, as I think from 3 or whatever, to up to 11 years or 12 years. I've got young children, of children taking decisions about who they are without their parents being aware of and supporting that is okay. And teachers are not supposed to tell the parents if the children wouldn't even know their right from their left if their children do not give them consent. Is this the society we are building where children actually become the ones to make decisions in the homes and not parents? Do you know why we call them parents? Parents are caregivers. Parents are the ones who protect. Parents bring you into the world, and then we want to leave the children now to start leading us. It's not possible. It's not possible. And I'm thinking, are they encouraging children to keep secrets from their parents? But are we going to really blame them? No. Am I really furious with the government? No. I think it's about us parents taking responsibility. When you bring your child up in such a way that they know that they are the most valuable thing in your life. They are not really things, but I've just used that. They are the most valuable, possession, word that you have in your life. You live for them. You value them. You cherish them. You have their best interests at heart. You love them unconditionally. You show them and treat them with so much love. When you bring up your child this way, you spend time with them. You listen to them. They can talk to you. Then you know what? No stranger can come in between you and your children. That's the truth. But it's so easy for strangers, whatever name they call themselves, whatever titles they take, to come in between you and your child because you have backed off. Because you are not paying attention anymore to your child. Because you are not talking to your child. When your child comes back home from school moody, you do not even notice it. When your child comes back, you give them gadgets. They are on their phones. They are on computers. You don't even notice what the day has been like. Then they go, they want to talk, they want to speak, they tell their friends who might be confused, friends who have no foundation themselves, friends who are only children like them. And they tell them about what they have heard that they think is true or is correct, and they believe in that. And they tell them, don't tell mommy and daddy, and they accept. Because mommy and daddy anyway don't have time for them. Why should they bother telling mom and daddy? Because sometimes maybe they come to mom and daddy. They want to talk to mom and daddy. Mom and daddy say, I'm so busy. Hold on a minute. Mom is tired. Mom has been working all night. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Do you really value your children? Do you really value your children? Do you really care for their future? Because guess what? No one should have your children's best interest at heart like you do. You are a mother, you are a father for a reason. The same government have enabled, mothers, single mothers, whatever they call them. I mean, we are mothers. Mothers are mothers. I always say I don't like those labels. Whether you're a mother, there is no single mother. You've conceived through, taking in the sperms of a man, wherever it comes from. That's not my issue for today. Well, but they've enabled women so much that they've taken fathers off their homes. And you see what happens in society? Are we seeing the rate of young boys in prison? I cannot be a role model for my son to the degree which a man will be a role model to my son. I can help him, but being a role model is living in that authority. I am not a man. I cannot live like a man. I cannot be that authentic example that my child will see. I will remain a role model mom to my child, to my son. I will never be a role model father figure because I am not a man. We are role model by examples, by our actions. They've taken fathers off home. They've made it so easy. I'm not happy the way a father treats me. I call the police. How can a police help you? They come to separate families. Maybe that police, have you asked themselves? Have you asked yourself what they are going through in their own homes? Do they have a stable family? What can someone offer you who is struggling himself in an area? Someone who's just divorced his own wife, what can they tell you? Other than great strategies, examples, and testimonials of how to go on and have a successful divorce. You never achieve success in anything in life by asking someone who's failed in that thing. You go and meet the winners, then you get strategies of winners. It might be difficult. Life is never easy, but they will tell you just how to get there. You never go to someone who's not made it in life. You cannot expect someone, tell me how caring they are, who is not a father, who is not a mother, to know just what it means being a mother. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You cannot expect. It's about living a life testimonial. A mother or a father can be biological or non-biological. Do not get me wrong. But they know what it means. There are some biological parents who are worse than parents. So this is for parents who mean business. This is for parents who are truly parents. Okay? You are not just some biological instrument or tool that a baby was used to actually come into this world. We have a lot of sperm donors. Do they take part in their children's life? No. Are they even fathers? No. Some of them don't even know how many children they have. So I'm not talking about those type of parents. I'm talking about those who are actually committed, those who mean business, those who know parenting is a lifestyle, is a vocation till death. It continues even when you become a grandparent. It continues when your child gets married. For better or for worse, you stay as a parent. So how dare you ignore your child and prioritize other things in life, like your job, your career, your friendship, social media? How dare you feed your children with constant social media, with constant gadgets, and you think you're treating them? How dare you do that? What information are you getting into their minds? Then you become separated. Then strangers come in. They tell you, okay, your child made decisions and you don't need to know. How dare you? How dare a complete stranger make the decision for your child? Well, you know what? Because we are silent. When good people are silent, that's when evil prevails. Because like I said, evil is not really real. Evil does not really exist.